Ladies and gentlemen, welcome episode 16. I am in beautiful Hawaii and recording this episode for you. It is all about ChatGPT, understanding ChatGPT for creative entrepreneurs, business owners, artists, just like you and myself. My name is Ronsley, and this is going to be an interesting and really in-depth episode about ChatGPT, how to use it, what are the tech components involved, and why you should care. Come. Let's learn. Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to this podcast, my AI love affair. Consider this podcast your digital compass, guiding you through the labyrinth that is business growth using artificial intelligence. Running a business as a creative can sometimes be like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But what if you had a secret tool that could align all the colors for you? That is AI. It's like a master key unlocking multiple doors. Thanks for being here. Let's learn. Okay, great. Now, the reason for this particular episode and a tech stack is because ChatGPT has made the waves. We know that. You've listened to previous episodes where I've broken down the adoption curve of ChatGPT and why AI has suddenly become this new fad, it seems. But it's not a fad. It is a big change in the way we do things. And it is important for us to understand that artificial intelligence will be easily the biggest conversation of our lifetime. And that's why I wanted to break down ChatGPT for the primary reason that there are people that are using ChatGPT right now for the first time without understanding logic, without understanding computer science, without understanding the basics behind how it works, and are deciding to teach other people without even knowing how it all works together and without having enough experience. I want to teach you the basics, and here is why we need to learn this. ChatGPT is a type of artificial intelligence developed by OpenAI, and OpenAI is the company and ChatGPT is the product that is put on, and ChatGPT is the application that is built by OpenAI. GPT-4, GPT 3.5, those are models that are used by OpenAI, and ChatGPT plugs into those models, just like WriteFlow, the program that I wrote, plugs into OpenAI's API and their models. ChatGPT, that is built by OpenAI, so different developers can use OpenAI's models to develop artificial intelligence platforms, and ChatGPT, which is created by OpenAI, has built the same thing. It's like a super smart digital assistant that can understand and generate human-like text-based. It's a super smart digital assistant that can understand and generate human-like text based on the information it has been trained on. That's why the size of the models are so important. And we talk about the parameters that it's trained on and the kind of data that it's trained on. That is why it is so important to have that data, because then it knows how to talk like a human and understand like a human. Understanding ChatGPT is like learning a new language, the language of the future. It's becoming an essential tool for creative entrepreneurs and businesses to communicate, generate ideas, and automate tasks. Imagine having a tireless assistant who can help you write emails, create content, answer customer queries, and even brainstorm ideas. That's what ChatGPT can do. It is like having a superpower that can help you scale your business without scaling your workload. So there are a few concepts that I want to layer. The first concept is that ChatGPT learns from data. It is a principle that is really important to understand. Just like a baby learns to speak by listening to adults, ChatGPT learns to generate text by studying a vast amount of information from the internet. It's like a sponge soaking up knowledge. Now, when it comes to the internet, there's a cutoff date, obviously, for certain types of models. And ChatGPT has built plugins that allow you to use the internet to increase the data that's available to it so that it can use that data for more intelligence. And it's important to understand that this data is what's teaching ChatGPT. And that's why for us as creative entrepreneurs, business owners, artists, it's important for us to use artificial intelligence with empathy. The primary reason is it's learning from us. It's learning from what we're putting into it. And we are all responsible. And that's why this conversation is so important. So the way you use artificial intelligence, the way you ask your questions, if you're asking questions to put someone down, it's learning from that behavior. And you don't want to do that. Create an environment within your brain, within your business, within your locality, within your community that is all about collaboration. Create a scenario where we need to collaborate, and collaboration is key because that's what artificial intelligence will learn. That's the only way that we will survive as a species, because machines are already intelligent and they're already getting more intelligent than we are. Gone are the days where we had to fight and someone had to lose for us to win. That's not the case anymore. Let's change that. Okay, principle number 2. ChatGPT generates creative text. ChatGPT can come up with unique responses or ideas based on the data it's learned. It's like a chef who can create a new recipe based on the ingredients they know. And I've spoken about this before. It is not search. It is intelligent. It'll take the data and use it to create something that you have not thought of before. And I'm pretty sure I have not thought of before. And that is what is so powerful about ChatGPT. Principle number 3, ChatGPT doesn't know specifics about the world. ChatGPT doesn't have access to real-time information or personal data unless it has been shared in a conversation. It's like a library that only knows the books it has, not the latest news or personal stories. That's why it has this cutoff date, and everyone is talking about how it should actually have access to the internet at all times. But that's not necessarily a good thing right now, because we don't really know what the black box effect of doing that is. And if you don't know what that is, I will cover that in a later episode as a tech stack. Now that we have the principles in place, let's talk about the primary components that make ChatGPT work. The first one is prompts, and we've heard prompt engineering becoming the new skill to learn. And it is because prompts are the inputs or questions you give to ChatGPT. It's like asking a question to a wise old sage. The quality of the answer depends on the quality of the question. And the kind of prompts that we create and how much context we get in the prompts are super important. Again, prompt engineering is a topic that I will break down in another tech stack. And I will also give you different growth tactics and different prompts in the growth tactics to execute those growth tactics. So go check out previous episodes that I have done to achieve certain results using specific prompts. That's component number 1. Component number 2 is modeled responses. These are outputs or answers generated by ChatGPT. It's like the reply from the wise old sage, sometimes insightful, sometimes surprising, but always based on the knowledge that it has. When you are putting inputs into ChatGPT, understand that it is picking from the knowledge that it has. Finally, component number 3 is fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is the process to make ChatGPT more useful and safe. It's like training a pet to behave in a certain way. It helps to guide the model's responses. That is why when you create a prompt, you give it certain guardrails at the start of the prompt or during the prompt that allows it to only stay within that lane. Otherwise, it's open to interpretation as to what it can create. That's why you start usually a prompt with act like a marketing expert, or act like a paralegal, or act like a fitness expert. And you're giving it guardrails to act like a certain person, a certain type of person. Then you can say, write in this voice. Then you can say, think of it like this. These are the steps that you should execute. The more guardrails you give it, the more fine-tuning you're applying to that particular chat. And when you have a chat window open inside ChatGPT, you can train each chat window to behave in a certain way. That's fine-tuning the model to use the knowledge that it has and layer the fine-tuning that you've put over it to give you the responses that you need. So those are 3 components, really important to understand. Now let's talk about applications, because all that is useless if you don't know where to apply it. And the first application that most of us think about is content creation. ChatGPT can help generate ideas or write drafts for blogs, social media posts, or even books. It's like having a co-writer who never gets tired. And my whole team is upskilled on using AI, not only ChatGPT, we use different types of AI from Notion AI, Descript, different tools in artificial intelligence, and they're upskilled to use it for content creation. They're upskilled to use it for administration purposes. They're upskilled to use it for different things that we use it in different parts of our life, in different parts of our business. So that's application number one, straightforward. Number two, customer service. I just watched a video yesterday on how a whole sales call for Tesla was automated using AI. It was in real time using real voice, what sounded like a real voice at least. And it was two specific questions that a customer called up and was looking to answer. So ChatGPT can use to answer customer queries 24/7. It's like having a customer service representative who is always available. And it's very different to what we used to have as the chatbots that come up in the browsers. Because earlier it would be, I am asking this question. If this question isn't in the database, I don't know how to answer it. Now it is like, well, I have this database of knowledge. You ask me a question and I can look through the knowledge and come up with an intelligent response in human format. That's the big difference. That converter from computer to human language and back. And number three, personal productivity. ChatGPT can help with tasks like scheduling, setting reminders, or even drafting emails. It's like having a personal assistant who's always ready to help. And if you're here, you're going to come up, and while you're here, you're going to come across a really dear friend of mine, Amy Yamada. And she taught me a really good personal productivity hack, which I want to give her credit for. And what I learned from her was that you could pick up your phone in dictation, switch on dictation, and just speak into it. And you're going to say, hey, these are all the tasks that I have on my mind. And just speak freely, open it out, brain dump all the things that are running through your mind of things to do, people to meet, stuff to sign, whatever it is. As a business owner, you have a whole list of things to do. Open your phone, open dictation, get it out. Once you get it out, you can put that into ChatGPT and say, organize this in a logical manner. And when you do that, it will take all your tasks and organize it into categories that will make it super useful for you to execute. Really cool. I just wanted to show you what's coming up and what you have missed if this is your first episode. In episode 4, we covered what is the breakdown of artificial intelligence, how you need to understand the different components and principles that go with it. In episode 7, we talk about the 3 different types of AI, why it is important for you to understand the different AIs that are available. There are 3. And in episode 10, we talk about Meta's latest chatbot, and how that is being affected and how that is being used and being opened freely to the public. In episode 13, we talk about ChatGPT's code interpreter. Now, I did that tech stack and realized, I should actually talk about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT's code interpreter was the previous tech stack. Today is ChatGPT. And in the next tech stack, I'm going to break down ChatGPT's plugins and how you can use them today. And then we'll go into machine learning and deep learning. So these are all tech stacks. This is the tech part of this podcast that I want you to understand so that you can actually be more informed with artificial intelligence. I'm so glad that you're here. Go to myailoveaffair.com and find all the previous episodes and all the latest ones coming up. So don't forget to subscribe to the show. Check us out, leave a comment, follow us, leave a rating and review. It really, really helps. And I would really, really appreciate if you could help us be found more and bring more AI geeks in here. And also go check out the Discord community. We've got a whole bunch of people in there, aigeeks.co/Discord, and you'll get free access to all the new trainings, all my slide decks, and I'll see you in another episode. Do what you love what you do. Hey, AI Geek, thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co/Discord. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.